Hey, it's Dan McDonald here, the Rejuvenator Guy, the Life Regenerator on YouTube. Life Regenerator on YouTube, not the Life Regenerator on YouTube. It is actually the Life Regenerator, though, on Instagram. Good morning for me. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me for today's episode of the Life Regeneration Rejuvenation Show. Today, I'm going to make a couple of announcements, and I'm going to make some OJ. So, I got a million questions about this thing, this juicer. It is over on my website, regenerateyourlife.org. There's a link down below for that, always below these videos. And you can go over and you can get this one. There are many different juicers like this, but this one has been bulletproof. I've had this for about 3 years, and all I've had to do is oil up the shaft here and the bearings, and it's just as solid as a rock. It actually needs a little oil right now, but I'll do that after because it's a little sticky. So I just use olive oil or coconut oil, whatever. Anyhow, so I'm going to make some OJ, and I'm going to tell you about the upcoming Juice Cleanse, Juice Fast to celebrate 10 years on the YouTube for Dan McDonald. So I thought that would be a great way for all of us to celebrate together. I mean, we've been juicing together now for 10 years. Let's take this weekend. Lord have mercy, what are the dates? I think it's the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Yes, that's right. Friday the 21st, Saturday the 22nd, Sunday the 23rd. Why don't you join me for a laid-back, non-official juice cleanse, including juices, smoothies, and soups if you want, but a liquid diet, let's say that. And then I think we're going to have a good time doing that. And I'll just get up every day and post a video, which will be good because it'll coincide with the sale that's coming up. So a lot of you have been emailing me about products, and I keep telling you just to wait until the 20th when I offer a full tuition to my website, and that'll be on Thursday the 20th is when that starts. So that way you can get everything that I've ever produced in the last 10 years for a very low price. Can you dig it? And save yourself literally a couple $1,000s. Because I have produced a lot of material over the last 10 years. So just keep your eyes peeled for that. And then what I'm going to do is come up here, make juice recipes, make some soups, maybe some smoothies and stuff out of the book, off of the online classes and stuff, just to promote the sale that I'm having. I only do that once per year usually, so that'll be the time to get it. So I just want to give a lot of heads up for that, and then make sure that you are prepared this weekend with your schedule, got your juicer out, oiled up, and your refrigerator full of fresh organic fruits and vegetables or herbal teas, so that you can have herbal teas, water, juices, smoothies, and soups. And I've got tons of those in the book and available in the online classes that were at one time DVDs, and then we switched them over to digital downloads. But see, once you get a membership or a full tuition to my school, then you have access to everything I've ever created, and you have that for life. So it's a really good deal, and that way if I ever need to take a break from the social media, or if I ever get shut down, I'm learning how to just be quiet about everything that you're not allowed to talk about. It's just illegal to tell the truth. It's getting bizarre. And you know what? I have nothing to prove, and I'm not trying to fix the world. All I've been trying to do is tell people how they can prevent chronic diseases. That's all. And we're not really allowed to do that anymore. So it's sad because that's going to keep me in business forever. I'd rather go out of business and have no people to detoxify at all, to teach them how to detoxify the chemicals and the viruses. But it's too risky to share that information and say it blatantly. And so you kind of got to just pray that everyone kind of picks up on it and figures it out on their own, how to avoid the exposure to the substances that cause ill health in today's day and age. Yeah, so it's like I don't even really want to go down that road anymore because I'm a very positive person. I've made it, you know? Like it took about 1,000 people to tell me, you know, over and over again, Dan, you've made it. And the thing is making it for me, it's got to be different than everyone else, because if you wanted to make it, you would just let go of everything that's superfluous, which is pretty much like 95% of the stuff. But we get so brainwashed, and I know how hard it's been for me to let go of this inner voice and this inner programming. It's taken a lot of meditation, a lot of contemplation, and a lot of surrender to let go of the programming in the back of my head that's telling me, get something, do something, be somebody, you know? But yet it was always just this aggravating thing, and I would think to myself logically, like, what would I do with more money? You know, obviously I have to pay my rent and, you know, buy some food. That's pretty much all I really do. And I do, you know, like today, for example, the other thing that I do with my money is I go and I buy food for my church. Like I'm going to go today. I have a whole bunch of watermelons in the fridge that I got yesterday. And right now, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go over and get some bananas and some papayas, and then I go to church, and then I cut all those up, and they really dig it. You know what I'm saying? And it's the appreciation that those people have, because they know food isn't their thing, but it's my thing. And I go there and I bring my little cutting board. In fact, I might as well get it out now. I bring my little cutting board and I cut up giant watermelons on this thing, and then I just serve it to everyone. And it's usually about like maybe $80 or $100 worth of food. But the joy that I get from those people looking at me like, dude, thank you for this. You know, it's almost like they would do it themselves if they knew how. But I'm such a natural with fruits and vegetables that it's just what I do. You know, and everyone else brings their, you know, they bring their art and their talent to the table, and that's just how we do it as a community. I just so happen to be, you know, the food guy. And everybody knows me as that, and everybody calls me up and they're like, can you do this dinner? Like Tuesday night, I'm going to be doing a raw food dinner. I'll be making some wraps for this little, you know, 20-person conference or something like that. And I'm just happy to do it, you know. I just love making food for people, raw food. That's my thing for all of you, just in case. I finally figured it out. I love the spiritual stuff. I think that's the most blessed thing, is to teach people to find the center, to balance out right in the middle, you know, and to not necessarily choose sides or not really chase after or be attracted to anything in particular or avoid or have an aversion to anything, but just really like be in the center of it all so that you can just kind of stay in this nice fluid ease. And I made some spiritual videos. I made one this morning talking about that very thing, but I haven't been comfortable yet posting the spiritual videos because I've been known for the food and it's my niche. And it also seems to be the service that the Most High wants to bring through me. Perfect, 1 quart. Because it's just what I'm good at. And I believe that this raw foods and fasting is kind of what I've accepted as my gift. Because, man, if you fast, it's, you know, there's too much bullcrap. People can't go a day because they're so toxic that they feel terrible if they fast. But once you start getting clean and start getting all the biofilms out and start getting rid of the parasites and the fungus and everything of the dysbiosis from the modern lifestyle and you start living more naturally and eating more live foods grown in nutrient-dense soil and learning how to balance between fasting and building and stretching and sleeping and meditating and finessing your way into the center, you know? And the raw foods and the fasting wakes you up. And I know that I struggle with this. I will never be the most popular guy on social media. And I've accepted that, and I appreciate this small group. I've had so much fun the last couple weeks on the YouTube. I did a lot of inner work to change my perception of this whole thing. And I'm like, Dan, you have a nice small group of the smartest, awesomest people. Just serve them. And it's just been a joy to be here serving you. And I love to read your comments and see the stories of people whose lives are changing and everything. So thank you. And so I'm going to be on my grind coming up. So your love and support is awesome. This is my job, and I'm just going to show up like a man and go to work. I've got a lot of people behind me that are behind the scenes, and I'm the front man, so I'll take all the tomatoes, but also I get all the praise. But for me, it's a joy because they've helped me. They're my foundation. They're behind the scenes. They're customer service reps, my business partners, and they've really helped me to create a foundation and have a really good life for myself where I have been able to do the work that I can then transmit by what I've become, because I could take the time, to nurture and cultivate what I call spirituality, which is really just an awareness of the infinite spirit. Instead of just an association with just the body, it's an awareness also that your real self is the inhabitant of this body. Some people think that the body is the house of the mind, but then there's another level beyond that through deeper meditation, and you become aware of the witness of the mind. So what is it if you have an aspect of you that's witnessing the mind, then you obviously can't be your mind. So some people think they're just the body. And then other people get to a place where they think that they're just the mind. But then as you awaken even more through the living foods in the process of the metabolites really of the living foods diet grown in nutrient-dense soil peaking at their electrical potential, and then all of the microbial activity that is associated with just life consciousness. And that's what I want to share. Like I said, it's probably not going to be that popular because people just love to eat and they don't like to have limitations. I love discipline because I had this thought that if I was to be disciplined and stay this course, I was guided and led to raw foods and fasting, and it just hit me hard and I stuck with it. And now 20 years later almost, I'm truly reaping the rewards. It took me, I was thinking this morning as I was tromping through the jungle, that it took me 15 years to get sober off drugs from the day that I decided this is a dead end, dude. You're doing all these drugs and this is nothing but a dead end. And I knew that deep down in my soul because I had a spiritual connection from the time that I was 4 years old when I asked Jesus into my heart, And I told you the story, Ernie and Bert, talking about the light of Jesus, and I walked up to him and I said, that's what I want. And that was the beginning of that. And then I had that energy in me, but I also had a messed up childhood and I was around drugs all the time. And then the teachers and your parents and the schools and the doctors want to get you on drugs because you have ADD because of the immunoexcitotoxicity, because of the said chemicals and viruses that came through medical procedures that we can't talk about. And some kids do better with those than others, and some kids have major issues, and we're seeing that more and more. We're living in denial of it. Like I said, I'm going to try to veer away from that, but it's sad because that's what's causing all of the diseases of the people that get a hold of me for consultations. And I'd rather be one to be way down here and say, here's how you never get sick. Here's what the mom and the dad, the grandma and the grandpa need to do So if we wanted to think of future generations, we would think, what are my grandkids going to be like right now before I even procreate? Then I'm going to get clean on raw foods. I'm going to get cleaned up with fasting. I'm going to regenerate myself and get rid of all of the chemicals and, viruses and negative microbiology in my gut that's going to pass on, not necessarily through the father's seed, but I think there is genetics and epigenetics being passed through the seed, but into the mother, the womb, who's got the vaginal microbiome, and she is the womb. So if she's got chemicals, viruses, and dysbiosis, and stress, and other biological, natural organic biological stresses, but now we've got synthetic stressors that are really creating the dumbing down and the illness and the degeneration, physically, emotionally, mentally, just the cognition is going lower and lower. So to be on a trajectory where you're learning how to regenerate your brain through higher thinking, proper diet, meditation, and contemplation, just really being present with your own thoughts and changing your mind, making it go in the direction that you want. And I've been doing much better at this than ever before. It's like there's lust and there's that track. You can go down the track of lust, and all you guys know, it's like you can have the phantasmagoria that goes on, or you can begin to be like, okay, that's not right. I don't want to put that energy into the universe, and you just switch your mind. And for what I do is I put it over onto God. And I bring that up because I'm doing so much better now than I was. Because when you're a healthy young man like I am, you have a lot of virility, a lot of vitality, and the mind has a lot of samskaras, or pathways of the lust that it was exposed to many times in this society, because sex sells everything. And then when you start trying to purify your mind, it's quite a journey. And just that type of thing right there is what I'm talking about. And that can be any which way. That can be, I'm broke, I'm poor, I'm a victim. Or you can just go, actually, I am abundant, I am successful, I am responsible, I'm going to take control of my thoughts and my life and my energy, and then I'm going to manifest good things. And so you can direct your mind, and that's really the powerful thing. And so instead of being a victim or allowing like corporate consciousness to tell you what you need to do to get healthy, you start thinking for yourself, and you start doing your own research and your own observation of nature, and you start saying, what's common sense? Then you start doing the common sense thing, and that's when things start to get a whole lot better. Because common sense is basic, and it's always available to you. I was going to make just a short video, but I know for all of you that really matter, you're still here and enjoying this. So thank you for watching this video. The sale's coming up on the 20th. So for those of you who don't have it, remember though, I'm going to tell all the hardcores that have been here for 10 years, I've got 50,000 or more, actually, about 70,000 more subscribers than I had when I did the last sale. So imagine that. 70,000 brand new people who have never heard of this. So when I go on my grind next week, for all you hardcores, just enjoy the video marathon, and I'm going to plug my sale and everything, and then I'm going to give content and recipes, and we're going to have a good time. And hopefully, if there was any nuggets in this one, you got the vibe. Because I know like a lot of you are like, oh my God, another one. But you got to think, on my side, there's 70,000 people that have never heard of this. So those are the people I want to reach out to and make sure. And then the videos, everyone's like, oh, they don't watch every video like you hardcores. I have about 2 or 3 hardcores, or 2 or 3 thousand hardcores. Like even if it's the dumbest video ever, and it's just like totally meaningless, I'll have like 2 or 3 thousand views, And if it's something cool like weight loss, 11,000, or how I deal with death threats, 23,000, little, not really clickbait, but because it was cool, so that was cool. But what I'm saying? Like, okay, so what I'm saying is, thank you for your support and your understanding. So I'm going to try to reach out to those people and create a bunch of new video titles and just try to attract those 10 or 20 people. And then they make them aware of the sale. They buy it. I succeed. Everyone that's in the background succeeds because I'm the front man. So I'm going to do a good job, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to do my diligence because I've done this before and I've seen how it works. The more I grind, the better we do as a team. So I'm going to do it full speed ahead. I'll provide as much content as I can. All you got to do is just one at the beginning and then one at the end talking about the sales. So get ready for the juice cleanse if you're in. Let me know if you're in on the juice cleanse. Leave me a comment down below. I'm in. Friday the 21st through Sunday the 23rd. Liquid diet, juice fast, juice feast, whatever you want to call it. You know, and it's just laid back. Whatever level you want to go to is fine. I'm not even going to try to go that hardcore. I mean, sometimes I'll do like coconut water for like 5 days or something like that. I'm just going to have a good time, nonchalant, just to make some cool recipes, and I'll make some soups and a smoothie or something like that, although I'm more of a juice guy. But if you know, pick your level, 1, 2, or 3, you know, detox level 1, 2, or 3. And, you know, detox level 1 would be just like, wow, I'm really going on in this video, huh? Would be just straight up juice and tea with like some enzymes or something. And then number 2 would be like, you know, juice, tea, smoothies, and soups with a little bit of like avocado blended into some carrot soup. Maybe I'll even do that, or a red pepper soup, or ooh yeah, red pepper macadamia nut. How about that, baby? So I'll get creative, and I'll do a real slam video marathon, and the sale's about a week. So I love the transparency. I love the fact that I have this level of, you know, relationship, because I read your comments and I feel you. And by the way, for everyone, sorry for all the people I just can't get back to with the emails and the phone calls and stuff. I do try to help, but I've been swamped and I've been busy. And so you got to just keep trying is what you do. You just send me another email, because I get so many emails, and then sometimes I just don't have time to make a phone call, because even if I say, oh, it's a 10 or 20 minute phone call, it's never that. It's usually quite a bit more. Those are for the emergencies. Of course, always I've got to prioritize on my, you know, consulting clients. So thank you everyone for all your love and understanding. I'm just glad to be here, and I've been really enjoying myself. So I'm going to have some OJ. This is what you do. This is the Breakfast of Champs. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Excellent. Ooh, that is good. Bumper crop of oranges. So I will see you this week. I think the video marathon is just going to start right now, because there's a couple video ideas I have. I don't want to promise anything like right now, because if they don't turn out, which like about 9 out of 10 of my videos don't turn out in a certain way, at least over the last several months. In fact, I made hundreds of videos and never posted any of them, because I was really struggling with this thing. And it just, all your love and support, and you guys are smart. You know, there's a lot of not smart out there on the internet, but you're intelligent, and you're seeing this, and you're seeing me, and I really, really, really appreciate that. And I just want to spread light. I'm not a know-it-all. Not everyone wants to be on Live Foods, but I will tell you, just from where I sit, and I just love that lightness. I was in the jungle this morning. I feel really healthy, you know? And I was just fluid, walking through the jungle like I was one with the jungle and the birds. And I was singing, and the birds were all coming around, and they were looking at me, and they were singing back to me. And I was just walking through the jungle, and I was so loose and flexible and light and at ease, you know, and that's what I want to share. There's too much suffering. I've seen the pain. I've been there myself. I dug myself out, and I made a life for myself that's beautiful. And I just want to share anything that I can to help anyone that I can, to just make their life a little bit easier. Or even like most of my friends and stuff, they're like, dude, your life is epic, you know, because it's a good life. And I want people to have a good life, and I want them to be self-empowered. And really, what I hope for you is for freedom. And freedom doesn't come from where you live. It doesn't come from what you own. It doesn't come from money or no money. Freedom comes from within. It's an awareness of your eternal nature, that everything that you see comes and goes. except that one thing inside of you that witnesses the coming and the going. So my biggest hope is that we could all develop. That's what's been my life. I call it God, you know, but that's what my life has been just connecting with that, connecting with the eternal more and more, as much as I can, with as much devotion, purity, and clarity as I can. And that's why I love, like, hey, I got juice, but then I get to share that, because that's what matters. Juice and everything, it's all awesome. I like my lifestyle. What can I say, man? I like it. I like my life. I like what I do. I like what I've done. I love to ramble on and on and on and on, because I cannot, it's really just a matter of me just caring about you and caring about the truth and caring about saying something that will make a difference in your life, and doing my job as a man and serving those behind me and my children and the world, because, you know, your holy task, you know, once you found it, you really don't ask for any other blessing. You just want to be a blessing. Can you dig it? I better quiet. Hit that red button over there and say goodbye. So I'll see you probably really soon. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the comment. Let me know if you're going to join me for the juice fast. I will tell you a little joke, since I know you're my hardcores here at the end. I always say this little thing to myself: juice fasting for Jesus, okay? But I'm going to keep that on the down low, because I don't shove my thing onto anyone. I try not to shove the diet on anyone. I've been kind of trying to mature and be more open towards everyone. And I'm not going to shove anything down anyone's throat except just love. You know, if you can't handle that, then I don't know what to tell you. But if you want, you can juice fast for Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And you just, what I'm saying is that you clear out the junk. Because when you juice fast for 3 days, it just, there's so many biofilms, so much sludge, and so much fermenting, putrefying waste. And I'll guide you as best as I can on how to have a balanced juice fast. Didn't I say I was going to? Okay, you know how it is. And then everyone tells me that. They're like, Dan, I saw this video in one time, and you said like 10 minutes in, you're done. 20 minutes later, you said the same thing. 30 minutes later, you said the same thing. I'm out of here. And then I'm still talking. It's an hour later. So I will do my best to guide you on how to have a balanced green juice, or have a balanced, juice fast, and give you some ideas on, because some people can handle more sugar. I could drink this whole thing of orange juice, and it would be like no problem. I'd have no problem at all. Literally, I've done it before, and I'm just like, yeah, let's go, liquid sunlight in the bloodstream, woo, you know. And then there's other days where just cucumber juice, low sugar, or these even really dense, really dark, dense, nutrient-dense green juice with a whole head of kale, you know, and 2 bundles of cilantro and a bundle of dill, and just green, like green soup. And then what you can do is blend a half of an avocado in there, and then chop up some cucumber chunks and some avocado chunks, and go to town and make these soups and raw foods, baby. So yeah, 10 years on YouTube, sale starting on Thursday the 20th, 3-day juice diet, liquid diet, juice cleanse, juice fast, whatever you're more comfortable calling it. It's just drinking liquids, and I pretty much live off liquids, and it's awesome. So now I'm literally going to force myself over to the camera and turn the damn thing off.